Hello, it's Phil Thatch, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about my new, to me, Fujifilm X-T3 camera. I bought it from a viewer and friend of mine, Mike Mitchum. I've been really happy with it so far, but when I bought it, it only came with a 16mm f2.8 lens. So I thought, gosh, I've got a lot of lenses that I should be able to adapt to this camera, and I want to talk to you about my favorite one so far. So as soon as I decided to buy the camera from Mike, I ordered 3 adapters that would kind of take care of all my glass. I got an adapter for M42 because I've got a couple of M42 mount lenses, and I got a Minolta, an old Minolta MD mount because I have one Minolta lens that I'm crazy about, and I got a Nikon adapter for Fuji by Velo. I didn't really care what the brand name of any of these were. I think the one over on the left is Photazi and the one in the middle is generic. And I bought them, I found that I could get a better deal on a lot of them from eBay. I think I had to buy the Nikon one from B&H, but I got the other 2 from eBay, and they were all very inexpensive. There it is. That is the 16mm f2.8 lens that came with the camera when I bought it, and it's the only lens that I have that will autofocus on that camera right now. We're going to put it aside, and I've separated out the other lenses that I can use with that camera. And what I needed was something that I can adapt to the Fuji and that has a mechanical aperture adjustment built into the lens. So this is a Fuji lens. This is a Fuji 55mm f1.8 from an old Fujifilm camera, 1974. Here's a Hanimex, and both of these first 2 are M42 mount, so I've got the adapter for both of them. Here's a Hanimex 135 2.8. Next is the Minolta 50mm 1.4. And now we're going to come into Nikon stuff. This is a Rokinon 14mm 2.8, and it has a mechanical aperture adjustment, so it works. Next one is the 50mm f1.8D Nikon lens, which has a mechanical aperture adjustment. Now we'll go into some zooms. Got a 28 to 105 that will work, a 35 to 135 that will work. Here's the 105 f2.5 portrait lens, and last but not least, I love this 70 to 210 push-pull zoom. So all of those should be adaptable to the X-T3. But my favorite lens so far, and I've kind of experimented with all of these, my favorite lens to put on the X-T3 so far is this Tokina. It's a Tokina 100mm f2.8 macro lens. It's designed for Nikon, but with the Nikon adapter it goes right on my Fuji. So that's what a tangled web we weave. A Tokina designed for Nikon, adapted to my Fuji. And gosh, it works really well. It does great for portraits, and it's always been a fantastic macro lens. I kind of quit using it because I bought this. I bought this lens. This is the 105 2.8 macro that I bought from my friend Joy, and I kind of quit using the Tokina because this one will autofocus on my Z-mount cameras, and the Tokina won't because it's a screw drive autofocus. But none of these adapted lenses are going to autofocus on the Fuji, so it doesn't matter that it's manual focus. And this one does not have an aperture ring, so I would have to buy a specific adapter that also adjusts aperture, which I didn't want to do. So this is my new favorite. So with these lenses that are designed to be used on Nikon, but you can control the aperture yourself, what you have to do to run them on your Nikon and then have the camera control the aperture, you have to close them down all the way to their smallest aperture, and then on all of these there's a switch which will lock it there, and when it's locked there the camera will control the aperture, and that's probably, if you have one of these laying around, that's probably how it's set. But if you want to use it on your Fuji, you want to unlock that switch so you can adjust the aperture yourself, and then you're off to the races. This Tokina lens, the switch is right here. If you set it all the way to f22, you can lock it, and then you'll see the green dot, but for our purposes we're going to unlock it so we can adjust that aperture ring. The adapter just clicks right into place on the Fuji, and then the lens clicks right into place on the adapter. I'm really new to the Fuji menu system. I've been using Nikon for years and years, and I know my way around those really well. Not so much with the Fuji, but you definitely have to go to button/dial setting page 2 and turn shoot without lens on, because there's no electronic connection with these adapted lenses, and the camera has no idea that there's a lens on there. And with this turned on, it'll allow you to fire a shot. For autofocus assist, on the autofocus screen menu 2 of 3, I use focus peaking. There's all sorts of different ways this camera will assist you, but I use focus peaking. Red high is what I use. You can do different colors and different amounts of focus peaking, but red high is what I've found works best for me. So I programmed this AFL button on the top right of the back of the camera to zoom in. If you press that button, it will zoom closer on whatever focus point you have set, and you can really dial it in, and focus peaking still works while you're zoomed in. It's pretty nice. I find that the focus peaking on this Fujifilm camera is a much better manual focus aid than the focus peaking on my Nikon cameras. I don't trust the focus peaking really kind of at all with my Nikons, but on this Fuji it seems to, you know, if those red highlights are on the eye of my subject, I can pull the trigger and it's pretty much going to be right. And that's not always the case on the Nikon. So, I mean, your mileage may vary, but that's been my experience. It's hot. Today is, I think, the 4th of June. I know this video is coming out way later than that, but summertime has finally made it to Tennessee. But I've been outside chasing around this really, really tiny flying insect, some sort of little, it's not a fly, it's smaller than a fly. It's not a bee, it's smaller than a bee. I don't know what it is. Some of you insect geniuses will surely know immediately. But I don't know. But I've been chasing it around and making some other close-up photographs with the Tokina 100 2.8 macro lens for Nikon adapted to my X-T3. And it's been fun. So I'll show those to you now. All right, so maybe you can see why the Tokina 100mm f2.8 has been my favorite so far lens to adapt and shoot in manual focus mode with my Fuji X-T3. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Give me a thumbs up if you like the content. Subscribe and hit the bell if you want to see some more. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.